This is the world's last great refuge for the beasts of the jungle, Tanganyika, East Africa. This is the story of the men and women who come to Mombasa, the great harbor of East Africa, from all over the world to capture wild animals alive for internationally famous zoos and circuses. Howard Hawks brought our crew 7,000 miles to East Africa to film a motion picture called Hatari. The surprisingly modern port of Mombasa on the coast was only a jumping-off place. With our caravan of 50 trucks and jeeps, we headed 200 miles inland over anything but improved highways to Arusha, our base, a quiet, peaceful settlement until we took over. Movie fans are the same all over the world. These natives pitched right in to help us make Hatari. We even shot one sequence in the city of Arusha. Hatari in Swahili, the language of East Africa, means danger, and we had to get to where the danger lives. This was where we lived when we weren't off on safari. We even had to build a special hotel for the animals we captured. The night before that compound was built, a prowling lion killed grazing goats right where the windmill now stands. But most of the time, being on safari meant living in a camp like this. Fresh food is flown in daily, and they don't have to ring the dinner gong a second time. It's an exciting life and enjoyed by everyone. Excuse me, Michelle. We can never forget that night and day, hungry lions prowl only a few hundred yards from our tent. Morning found everyone willing to pitch in for an early start. Our radio-equipped scout plane is spotting rhino for us. We're ready. Director-producer Hawks and the camera crew, me, Hardy Kruger, Elsa Martinelli, Gerard Blanc, Bruce Cabot, and Red Buttons.
Heard a wildebeest about 10 miles northeast. Couple of mean-looking rhinos with them.
Here we go. That's one of the two specially built camera cars in the foreground. It's a race to get there before that prize rhino loses himself in the thick bush.
He smelled you. Get moving fast.
The chase starts, and that rhino knows it. Mean and tough, and that horn is the neatest can opener you'll ever see.
I'll try to head him off from here.
£5,000 of pure cussedness on the hoof. We've got dents and holes and torn fenders to prove it. In our Jeeps and trucks, that is. When he heads into the bush, we know that we're through with rhinos for the day. But the scouting plane spots more trouble for us.
Herd of elephants below, 1 o'clock.
Look behind you! Hatari!
Well, that's enough excitement for one out of the 110 days it took us to hunt down and catch the animal stars of Hatari. We head back to camp. We never get tired of seeing the animals along the trail, who seem just as surprised to see us. You can see many of the animals we captured for the picture in zoos around the country today. Tomorrow is always another day of action in the jungle. Tomorrow may be the day that we finally get our nooses on that rhino. We get him. You'll see how in Hatari.